What if Deku could use chakra? Hold on, give me a second. Alright, in this what if, Deku will be the reincarnation of Boruto and Minato. Just because I want it to be. And because Boruto has a Jogan and, yeah. So yeah, that's why. Because Boruto is cool, and a prodigy. And I want Deku to be a prodigy too. So, yeah, that's why. Alright, so we start off at 4 years old. Deku goes to the quirk doctor. The quirk doctor tells him, sorry kid, you will not be getting a quirk anytime soon. And Deku is just crying. Oh, by the way, Nana is Deku's great. Because Deku will be the 20th user of One For All. So, Deku is the great grandchildren of Nana. So, it's just that the real Nana from the anime that we know was reincarnated in my anime. So, in the real anime, she's the 7th. But in my anime, she was reincarnated as the 18th user. And then All Might is the 19th user instead of being the 18th. Instead of being the 8th. So he's the 19th. And Deku will be the 20th. And if Deku throws a One For All punch, he will die. So also, Deku does have he is born with One For All. Because he's the great grandchildren of Nana. And Nana was One For All. So Shigaraki will be born later too with Deku and all those. Shigaraki would not be Nana's great grandma or nothing like that. So hold up guys, give me a second. Alright, so then Deku, the quirk doctor tells him that he doesn't have a quirk. Deku says, I do have a quirk, because why can I do this transformation jutsu? And the quirk doctor says, wait, what? Transformation? And Deku says, transformation jutsu. I don't know. He doesn't know why he calls it jutsu, but he just says it. And he turns into his mom. And the doctor says, huh? But you are quirkless, kid. How can you do that? And he says, I don't know. I just feel like I have some random thing called chakra in me. And chakra in this universe is what was from Naruto, and they were like mad, like thousands of years ago, like thousands of thousands. And no one has it. No one could use chakra. Chakra for them was the great thing that created quirks, which it kind of was. So then Deku. Then the quirk doctor says, huh? So then you do have a quirk, kid. Then he goes home. Inko says, I bet you could become a really good hero with that quirk, son. And Deku says, yes, I know, Mom. I'm gonna be the greatest hero like All Might when I grow up. And then time skip until Deku's 10. Deku's 10, and he has a field trip. He's going to the museum, the Great Ninja Warden Museum. So, Deku's mom signs the paper, and they go. And Deku sees the scroll of ceiling, and he writes every jutsu down real quick. and he only missed three jutsus. He missed the air palm and the water shockwave jutsu and the fireball jutsu. In this timeline, Deku has fire style, wind style, lightning style, and that's it. And he has the same amount of chakra as Naruto, and he will get Kurama right now. So they see then Deku catch up with his classmates, and they see this big tail beast with 9 tails, and they call it a 9-tailed fox. And Deku says, "Can I touch it?" And they say, "Yes, you can touch it." Deku touches it, and then Kurama is reincarnated into Deku. And Deku says, "Awesome! This statue is really, really old, right?" And the tour guy says, "Yes, it's thousands of years old." And then Deku says, "Oh, sweet." And then they finish the whole thing. Deku goes home and he eats 2 plates and then he goes to sleep. And in his dream, he sees Kurama. He's also this time Deku gets the good side of Kurama. Well, this Kurama is this time in this universe, Kurama is good, so he gets the full Kurama, and Kurama is really nice. And Deku says, "Who are you?" And Kurama says, "I am the 9-tailed fox. I've been reincarnated after you touched me. What is your name?" And Izuku says, "My name is Izuku Uzumaki Midoriya." And then the 9 tails Kurama says, "Oh, you're an Uzumaki too. Another one." And Deku says, "Another one?" And then Kurama tells him the story that he was sealed inside a baby, blah blah blah, yada 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 yada. And then Kurama tells him, "Alright, kid, we need to train you in Sage mode. We could tomorrow. Since what day is tomorrow?" Deku says Saturday. Right, Saturday. Saturday we go to you go back to the museum, so then you can sign yourself in Sage art." And Deku says, "Alright." Deku goes to the next day, museum. Deku goes there and he gets a scratch on the way. He's like, "Damn it, I'm bleeding a bit." And Kurama says, "Good." And Deku says, "Why?" And Kurama says, "Because you need to sign that with your blood." And Deku does. Sign it with his blood. And he sees Naruto Uzumaki, Minato Uzumaki, Boruto Uzumaki. He's like, "Wow, nice, Uzumaki, just like me." And then when he touches Boruto's seal, then he gets the Jogan. So, and then when he took, I don't think. Also, I think Boruto has wood style, since since Naruto has like the first Hokage's or second Hokage cells, so that's why. So then Boruto said, Izuku says, "Okay, let me put this back where it goes." Then he puts it, and then he goes back home. His mom asks him where he's been, and he said he went out to eat something, to train. And his mom says, "Okay." So then when Deku goes back to sleep and he sees Boruto Uzumaki in his dream, he's like, "Who are you?" And then he sees Minato too, and he's like, "We are. My name is Boruto Uzumaki." And Minato says, "I'm Minato." I forgot his last name too. So I'm gonna call him Uzumaki because he was married to Kushina Uzumaki. So I am Minato Uzumaki, or that's how I was supposed to be called. Eh. And then they explain that they have their chakra natures and that they will teach him how to go in sage mode. Also, Momo's the reincarnation of Hinata, Sarada, and what was the other one? Kushina. Yes, there we go. Uh, so yeah. So then Deku perfects his sage mode in one day. Why? Because I want him to. And you guys, you know what? Make it 3 months. Because that's how long it took Boruto probably. And I want a time skip to the start of the anime. Nah, not the anime. Everything goes the same except that Deku doesn't get you know, he doesn't get bullied by Bakugo because he has a quirk this time, but he kind of bullies him because his quirk is weak. And Deku has been training for the Flying Raijin Rasengan, which he perfected the Rasengan. Now he's trying to add different nature energies into it. So he already has the Rasen Shuriken. Um he's trying to add lightning, and he does have purple lightning. He has every jutsu. He has the shadow clone jutsu, the clone jutsu, multi shadow clone jutsu, uh Uzumaki Mirage, even though that's just like multiple shadow clones. And he already has KCM. Because, yes, I'm making him overpowered. He only has KCM, though. He doesn't have, like, KCM 1 or KCM 2. He's still learning how to put Sage Mode and KCM together. He will learn that, so. Let's time skip to... Deku goes back to the forest when he's 14. He goes to the forest because he tells his mom, "Take me back to the forest, please. Take me to a place." And his mom takes him to a forest where he could train in sage art and do more stuff. And this is when, Izuku meets Momo. Momo gets actually kidnapped, but Deku doesn't know her yet. So Momo gets kidnapped, like Kushina got kidnapped, and Minato went and saved her, and she fell in love with Minato. So, but Deku actually has blackish blonde hair, so yeah. So then says, Deku hears a scream, and he says, "Someone's getting." Also, he could sense like negative emotions and all that stuff. And he says, "Alright." And then his Jogan activates. He's like, what is this? And he sees it, and he sees a girl getting bodied by a knife. And he's like, "Damn it. Is that a girl that I'm probably gonna save?" And he throws a kunai, and it lands in front of the people. And the guy picks up the kunai, and he says, "Ha, what is this little thing doing?" And he puts it in his pocket. No, he throws it up. And Deku says, "Perfect." He creates a Rasengan and teleports to the kunai and says, "Rasengan!" And slams the Rasengan on the guy and takes Momo with her. And throws the kunai again and does the flying Raijin and goes above the moonlight because it's beautiful. And just like Kushina and Minato did, they're like, "Oh, oh." And Momo starts blushing because she realizes Deku is kind of cute. And Deku starts blushing because he sees that Momo is kind of cute. So then he lands and says, "Hi, what's your name?" And Momo says, my name is Momo Jayurozu. And Deku says, oh, my name is Izuku Uzumaki Midoriya. My name is Izuku Midoriya. Fuck. Izuku Uzumaki. And he doesn't like people calling him Midoriya because he doesn't. By the way, he does know full cowling. I forgot to tell you guys. Deku unlock. He will unlock his one for all soon. You guys will know how. You guys will see. Then Deku says, "Wanna be friends?" And Momo says, "Yes." Momo starts blushing and says, "You're kind of cute." And Deku says, "You too." And Momo's face turns red. I'm saying red, the heck of the red, red. And its timeline, Deku, Momo will have black, red-ish hair. So, yeah. Then time skip to the entrance exams. Deku passes it with flying colors. He got a perfect score of 100. By the way, he's 15 here, I think. Then when they take the entrance exam. So Deku and Momo have been friends for what? 2 to 3 years now. So okay. So then that Momo is in the, wait, I forgot what they call it. Whatever, where they get a free pass, so then they just have to do a race probably or something like that. So then Deku, we go back to Deku. Deku's getting ready to destroy robots. And he asks my guy, "Yo, my guy, can I use this?" And he says, what? Is it part of your quirk?" And Deku says, "Sort of." And All Might says, "Alright." Deku says, "Okay, here we go, Kurama." He sits down and goes into Sage mode. Plus, Kurama's giving him a little bit more of Sage mode too, so he can go on Sage mode up to 10 minutes. Because I said so. And he's like, "Alright, let's do this." And my guy says, "Go." And Deku speeds off. Ida says, "Is this kid have a speed quirk like me?" And then Deku had, now let's skip 8 minutes. And Deku has 350 points. And it's only been 8 minutes. And remember, he can only go up to 5 minutes in Sage mode. And then he makes a Shadow Clone. He says Shadow Clone Jutsu. And puts the Shadow Clone in Sage mode. Deku's just minding his own damn business, going in Sage mode again. Because, why not? Until he hears a scream. And he says, "Oh, damn, a girl." And he says, "Kurama, let's do this." And Naruto goes in KCM. Everyone starts looking at him. Because they see that the kid is glowing. In a cape. In a real golden cape. And he disappears out of their vision. Deku throws a kunai. And he grabs the girl out of there, which is Uraka. And he runs back and tells Ida to hold her. Ida says, "Alright." And then he disappears out of everyone's vision, and he creates a Rasengan. And he says, "Massive Rasengan!" And he slams it. And then he makes 2 more Rasengans and acts Wind Nature in it and says, "Rasen Shurikens!" And he throws them, and the robot blows up. And he leaves KCM1 because he doesn't need it anymore. And he's like, "Ah, sweet." And Ira will not get rescue points because he didn't do nothing. He was just sitting there with his mouth open. And he goes to Rock and says, "Are you okay?" And Raka says, "Yeah, what is your quirk?" Deku says, "Chakra manipulation." And she says, "What's that?" And Deku says, "I can control the life energy of everything. Some things. And I can condense them into energy. And then I can create whatever I want." So like a shadow clone. He says multi-shadow clone jutsu. He makes about 3,000 shadow clones. And they all poof. And then he says, "I can also do this." He takes out his hands and start making a Rasengan. Then he says, "I can make it big or small. And if I add wind nature in it, throws the Rasengan and it disappears. And the Rasengan smashes into the robot again. And it makes a big ass dent on it. And he says, "And I can also do that," which is Vanishing Rasengan. And then he creates a Rasengan Shuriken, but then he just throws it up and makes his shadow clones get in it. And also I have KCM, and he goes in KCM, which he starts glowing up in a golden cape, and everyone's just like, "How many quirks?" And Deku says just one, but in multiple ways. And they're like, I still don't believe you." Deku says, "Whatever," and he leaves. And then time skip to weeks. Time skip into the night. He calls Momo and says that he saved the girl, but she wasn't cuter than her, and Momo starts blushing. Deku asks her out, and Momo says yes. And Deku says, "Alright, where do you want to go on Saturday night?" And she says, "Let's go to the movies. A scary movie." And Deku says, "Alright, see you there." And they meet up. A time skip to Saturday because it's Monday. And Deku is getting ready. And this is what Deku will be looking like. Flashy. Nancy. And this is what Momo will be looking like in the day. Yeah, because I want it. Deku looking fly. Look, my man is fly. You already know my man is gonna go in a nice date. Alright. And Deku picks up Momo. Deku nosebleeds. I'm saying nosebleeds after he sees Momo. And Momo gets a slight nosebleed after seeing Deku. You know, typical. So then they go to the movies. They go and see some random movie. Which one? Nancy. If you guys never seen Nancy before, that's a scary movie. That shit scared the hell out of me 3 times. Or they went to see it. One of those two. Actually, they went to see it. It's the movie. And Momo jumps in Deku's arm and says, "I'm scared." Deku says, "Do you want to go eat something then?" And Momo says, "Yes." Momo grabs Deku's hand, and Deku and Momo blush a bit. Deku says, "Are you okay, Momo?" And she's like, "Yeah, I just want to hold your hand." Deku blushes a little bit and says, "Oh, okay." And then they go to dinner. Deku says, "Excuse me, I have I have to go to the bathroom real quick," and runs. My guy puts some water in his face. He's like, putting water in his face, and he's like, "Alright, come on, Deku, get a hold of yourself. There's a pretty girl that you like, and you need to ask her to be your girlfriend. Alright?" And Momo's doing the same. Then Deku walks back and says, "Momo, I need to tell you something." Deku pulls out a ring. and says, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And Momo says, "Yes, I will." And everyone's cheering. And Deku grabs Momo's hand, and give her a kiss. And then that's where it ends. And then Deku drops her off at her house. Momo, being thirsty as hell, says, "Will you stay at my house?" Deku says, but we have school on Monday. And Momo says, "I know, but stay." And Momo says, "You don't love me then?" And Deku says, "Yes, I do love you, but don't you think we're moving a bit too quick for this?" And Momo says, "I don't know. We might." And Deku says, "Alright, if you say so, then I'll stay here." And Momo blushes and says, "Oh, I thought you weren't." Deku says, "Yeah, but I have to protect you, princess." And Momo blushes and says, "Alright, come in." And they go to sleep. Deku sleeps on the floor because he says, "Momo, I don't want your dad and mom to see me sleeping with you. Not yet, though. So I'm going to sleep on the floor tonight. And then when after a year, then I'll start sleeping in bed then." And Momo says, "Alright." And then time skip into Monday, and Deku is getting ready to go to UA. Deku's mom says, "Where were you on Saturday and Sunday?" And Deku says, "Oh, I was at I was at Momo's place, and my boy said." And then Inko says, "Oh, okay. Just tell me next time, alright?" And Deku says, "Okay." Deku runs to school. He's running. My guy went in Sage mode just to run. So then now, Deku makes it to UA. He's like, first day in UA. Who's in my class? Deku walks to 1A, and he sees Bakugo and Ida arguing, like always. Bakugo has his feet on the table, and Ida is saying that that's really disrespectful. Get your feet off the table. And, Deku actually got a little bit early, so Momo's not there yet. And Deku says, "Well, shit." Well, he doesn't say that. He says, "Well, shame on me. Now I have to be in a classroom with Bakugo." So then, also it wasn't All Might that was in the hologram. Since All Might doesn't come to, Japan yet. Well, not yet. Well, he is in Japan and he is a teacher, but he was doing hero work that day, so Natsu was told Deku that and all the people that. So then Bakugo says, "Huh? So a stick? So then your old school put a stick up your ass and blah 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 blah." And then Bakugo goes, lays back on the chair with his feet on the table, and sees Izuku and says, "Nerd, how did you make it in here?" And Izuku says, "How do you think?" And everyone looks at him and he says, "It's that kid that has one quirk, but in real life he has multiple." Momo arrives, then kisses Deku on the cheek, and then goes sit down. Because Momo really doesn't want nobody to know that yet. So, hee. Not even Mina. She didn't even kiss him in the cheek. They talked at 6 in the morning saying that no matter what, until we're ready to tell the public that we're dating, we're not gonna do nothing smoochy smoochy around them. And Momo agrees because nothing is new. That this is new for her, and that she only wants to share that his her days with Deku for now, and then when they're ready, they share. Deku says, "Cute," and then the ball truck, and then Aizawa comes in and says, "Good, you guys were quiet." And then Aizawa says, we're doing a quirk assessment test today. Whoever comes in last will get expelled right off the bat." And everyone is scared except Deku and Momo, because Deku and Momo have been training for a while. So then uh Aizawa says, "Catch, Izuku." Izuku catches it and says, Aizawa says, "Throw the ball without your quirk, and then you throw the ball with your quirk." Deku says, alright. And since he got first place, he gets to throw the ball without a quirk and then with a quirk. So then Deku throws the ball, he says, "Yeet!" And the ball goes around 250 meters, and everyone says, "Without a quirk." And Deku says, "It is without a quirk." Aizawa says, "Alright, let me erase your quirk then." And then Aizawa says, "Alright, throw the ball again." And throws it and gets about 200 meters again. Everyone is just shocked of pure strength that Deku has. And then Aizawa tells him, "Alright, then do throw it with your quirk." And Deku says, say less." He sits down and starts meditating. Then Deku says, "Alright, Kurama, let's do this." And then Deku starts glowing with a cape. And by the way, this is KCM 1 now. And he says, "Awesome, KCM 1 now." Alright. I don't think it's called KCM 1 because it's the one that Deku has Sage Mode and the you know, the Nine Tails chakra flowing. So that's probably like KCM 2, 3. And Deku says, "Yeet," and says, "Multi Shadow Clone Jutsu." And then the Shadow Clones start stacking up, and then Deku jumps and puts a Flying Regency on it and throws a kunite up and says, "Yeet!" And then he says, "Flying." Then the ball teleports to the kunite, which is about around the whole world, and Aizawa says, "Infinity." Everyone is just shocked of pure skill that Deku has. So they're like, "What is your quirk?" And Deku says, "Chakra manipulation." And every shadow clone starts poofing. Poof, 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 poof. And Deku leaves KCM. Deku says, "Alright, Aizawa, what's next?" 50-meter dash. Deku first, Ida second, and Bakugo third. Deku has super strength, a little bit of super speed, and his agility skills are just off the chart. Deku says, "I don't need a quirk. I don't need to use my quirk for this one." And Deku just jumps and does 4 backflips midair plus a tornado and not a tornado. Like he does like a mini spin and then he lands it. And I saw it's just impressive pure skill that he has. Deku Deku has 2 shadow clones at his house, and he uses one to go in Sage mode and destroys the grip test. Gets first on that. Ball throw, he's first. 50-meter dash first. Long jump first. Race first. Like the stamina race is first too. His stamina is off the charts. What else was it? Side to side first. He just puts 2 flying Raijin seals on that. Let's see. Let's see. Sit-ups first and push-ups first. And all of them he gets first. He gets first place, Momo second, and Bakugo Todoroki third, Bakugo seventh this time, cause no, Bakugo fourth, and Invisible Girls gets kicked out, cause I want my boy Mineta to see Deku, so, and Momo, so I want him to see the jealousy of Deku and Momo being together. But they won't tell no one. They would just act like they're just friends. But they're actually dating, and then Deku, acts a little bit perverted with Momo. Sometimes I mean that I just starts crying blood. You'll see. Okay, that's where I'm gonna end up the video. It's a 36-minute video, and I'm probably gonna die when I upload this. So, if you guys want another part, just say it, and then I'll do which one you guys want. And see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you guys want to play anything, Discord is in the description. You guys could join, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.